Hey, I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to one of our live listing audits. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Heather. I am a co-founder of Pinkwell Designs, the hospitality interior design company. And in this live listing, we're actually going a little simpler. So this particular bedroom that I'm going to talk about could be for an Airbnb. It could be for a personal home. I wanted to do something a little bit more of like a neutral option, not neutral, but something more everyday for some of our viewers who might not be in the short-term rental industry. Um, Obviously, everyone, probably lives somewhere. They have a bedroom that they might just be sick of or they need ideas. So that's the purpose of this audit today. So let's just jump right into it. Oh, of course, if you are watching on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. If you're on Amazon, I'm going to be highlighting the products I'm talking about as well. So feel free to watch there. Okay. So here is the bedroom. This is, I hope you guys can see it. It feels small to me, but yeah, anyway. Okay, so this is like the most classic cluster of errors that we see. It's so common. This person clearly gave it their best shot. Like it's not like they just threw a bed in and called it a day. So I do appreciate the effort that they put into it. They thought about matching nightstands. They thought about artwork. They thought about curtains. It's just the wrong shades and sizes. So the curtains are too short. The artwork is too small. The lamps are too small. They kind of blend in with the nightstands. The gray feels very cold. It's just not like a very warm and welcoming room, but they clearly want it to be that because of the things that they've already put in. So let's get started on talking about the walls. This is such a point of contention, especially in personal homes and people's homes, because I think that everybody defaults to like this exact gray. I think it's been coined the millennial gray now, because apparently millennials like to use this gray. I'm a millennial. That kind of offends me, to be honest, because I don't like this gray personally, but I guess a lot of us do. So anyway, I'll call it millennial gray for the internet's sake. But a lot of people default to this millennial gray. It used to be like the grayish, or it was more of like a taupey beige that used to be like the early 2000s default. It's now moved to this like millennial gray. And I think it's just because people don't know what else to use. A lot of people just leave it white. That's another option. But people just get so stumped. They don't want to paint it red or black, right? That's too intense for them. But, oh my gosh, this is like in my hair. But they don't know what to do. So a really good hack for this exact situation is using wallpaper. And by the way, I always forget to mention this at the beginning of the video. I'm going to show you what this room is going to look like after all these changes. So stay tuned till the end, or I'm going to put when I throw it up. So scroll over to the end if you want to see the after. But so yeah, a neutral wallpaper just goes such a long way because there's a bit of texture. There's a bit of interest. It's not just one flat, stark color. There's like just some variance to it. There's some dimension to it. So you can still you don't have to do a neon wallpaper. You can do something very subtle, which is what I chose here. Very calming, but it's still just something different. It just gives it that like elevated feel. Next up, the curtains must go. And especially anytime you do like a gray with a navy, or I don't even know if that's kind of like a cobalty navy blue. I guess it is navy. But then the room starts to lean silver because the gray and the blue is like making everything feel silver. And that's kind of what we're feeling here. And then it feels really cold. It's like stainless steel vibes. So the blue has to go and the curtains have to be much longer. So I'm going to do actually a warm brown curtain instead. And with the swap of the wallpaper, you're going to start to see we're going to just bring in some warmer tones. And warmer tones, I think, really do belong in a bedroom because that's where you go to feel warm and cozy, right? And you rest your head at night. So I prefer leaving a bit warm if we're going to do neutral rather than cool. So some warm brown curtains. Artwork, we're going to take all of it down and just do one bigger piece behind the bed. We don't really need that other side piece beside the curtains. And then classic error here, the artwork is too small. I do love a double set of artwork. I constantly am putting that in our clients' properties as well. But it needs to be either taller and closer together, or if it's one long piece, just one long piece, or that's not the right size. I'm just going to do one large piece and just very like minimal artwork. Minimal artwork, or people call it like nothing artwork, I've heard too. It's so funny because it's like barely there, but it's still there. So it's still not a plain wall. I'm just trying to throw it up for the Amazon peeps. It's still there, but it's like not there because we're not looking to make a statement with this artwork. So anyway, that's that. Next up, when we do these little room revamps, we are really trying to keep as many of the big ticketed items as we can. So we're going to leave the bed frame. It's not my first choice, but it's not the worst either. It can still work in this room. So we'll leave the bed frame. We can actually leave the bedding too, the quilt. White is always easy to work with. It looks clean. So if that's the case, and I mean, we could have changed it, but we didn't have to change it. But we're going to do throw pillows. These like silvery navy gray throw pillows are going to go. And we're going to do some really nice plush burnt orange throw pillows. And you guys might be like, orange, what? When you start to bring in warm tones to a bedroom, a burnt orange is such a nice like intro to color, because I'm not suggesting that we start throwing orange all throughout this room, but it's not brown. It's not beige. It's slightly saturated, but it's not like neon orange. So that's a really nice way to layer in the warmth in a room like this, is just with some throw pillows. And we're going to use a mixture of solid orange and pattern orange, because that will dilute as well the solidness. If you just had the solid orange throw pillows, it would be very like brown curtains, like orange throw pillows. It would kind of be a bit choppy. Layering them with the pattern ones makes it all flow very nicely together. Next, we have the nightstands and the lamps. I'm not a huge fan of white nightstands, like just in general, but we're going to do some warm wood nightstands. You can't really go wrong with warm wood. I can't find any of my Amazon products here. There we go. You can't go wrong with warm wood, especially when you're trying to warm things up. So warm wood, any nightstand would be fine here. A matching set of 2 for sure. And then lamps are the same. I'm a big lamp girl. I love lamps and lighting. So normally I'd have a lot to say about the lamps, but because we're just doing this very basic and minimal, I'm just going to do a very thin base, standard traditional lamp. Not to overwhelm, but to provide nice lighting, and just switch it up from this. These just feel really short and like dinky. So I'm just going to do a bit of a taller lamp. And honestly, guys, when in doubt, go tall with your lamps. That is the easiest way to kind of like elevate the nightstand area of a bed and a bedroom. When you have these like short, like little stumpy lamps, it's just kind of like, what? Like it doesn't really make sense. But the minute you have like tall, not even oversized, I'm not saying wide, just nice tall lamps. They can be very, very basic, white shade, whatever it is. It just feels like, oh, okay, like I'm in the grown-ups room kind of thing. It just elevates. So that's what we're going to add there. I talked about nightstands. Oh my gosh, let's get to like such a debate that many people have. We've talked so much about this and we have lots of content on it, but putting rugs over carpet. Okay. We at Pinkwell Designs are huge fan of it, are huge fans of it, excuse me. Because why not? Like not everyone can, afford at the immediate time to rip out their old carpet, right? Like some people love carpet, some people hate it. If you can't rip it out, layer a rug over it. Why not? In my opinion, it just makes the room feel cozier. Yeah, we are all for it. Some people are like dead against it. We are not. But the rug in this room is way too small and it's awkwardly placed. It looks like shifted over. I get because maybe there's that bump out, but you could easily do a large rug here. It just should either be right against the wall underneath the nightstand or starting right at the front of the nightstand. I would just try to do the entire like base here because there's carpet, so you want to cover as much as possible. But you could do either or depending on the size that you could find that works for you. Let me just throw up my rug. So yeah, we're just white and a white rug. Like, I mean, there's a time and a place, but it's not this bedroom. So we're going to do like a neutral rug still, but it's not going to be like white. And then last but not least, the ceiling. We don't need a fan. This is another like huge thing I talk about in every single live I've ever done. You know, you have to just go back and watch the other videos. I don't like ceiling fans personally. I know some people want them in their bedroom. I just think it's kind of a wasted like opportunity for a light fixture. So we just did a very subtle light fixture in this one, though, I will say, but I still did switch it up, and it just looks very clean and chill and just like cozy and warm. So let me just throw that up. You could do any sort of semi flush mount. There's tons of options out there. So without further ado, let's take a look at what this would look like if we added all the changes. So there we go. Totally different, right? It just feels like warmer and more inviting. It's pretty much the same room. It's just a couple of these simple swaps that just make such a difference. And quick little tip about the wallpaper. I think people get, you know, overwhelmed or scared, or they're thinking about how it might be expensive. Wayfair, you guys, has so many great wallpapers under $1 per square foot, like in their clearance section. That's where this wallpaper is from. And I think it was like 82 cents per square foot. I actually did the calculations for this room. The whole bedroom, every single wall is like $320. That's really not that bad for this big of a statement and this big of a difference. Really worth it, because if you're going to hire a painter and buy paint, it's going to be roughly the same amount. And if you need to hire someone to do this too, obviously the labor is going to be a bit extra, but it's so worth it, especially if this is your personal home. You want to feel comfortable and good going into your bedroom every single night. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to just show you guys a quick before again. Let me just do this. So that's the before. And then this is the after. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. And thank you so much for tuning in if you guys watched. If you're on YouTube again, please subscribe. We do these every Monday and Thursday nights. And then we also do a ton more other like regular YouTube videos. And then Instagram, Pinkwall Designs. We're at Pinkwall Designs. And yeah, we do tons of stuff over there too. So come check out our other content, and hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, guys.